just want to make sure somebody chats. There's a few people on here. Got to make sure everything looks and sounds okay before we start. Hey Vinny, how are you this evening? Alright, well I guess you're the only one that's going to be talking tonight. Not a problem at all. So you decided to give up on the Star Trek for a little while and move on over to the fun stuff in Twin Peaks? Let me go try something here real quick. Oh, is that going to distort the... It sure does. That's not good. No, I was just playing with the aspect ratio. I didn't realize... I was trying to get full screen. Maybe if I do it this way and go beyond. A little bit too much there. I'll stop playing. We'll just leave it at that. And actually, I still think that's out of whack. How do I fix that? I thought it was going to be like, when you hold down the shift key when you're resizing something, it'll keep its ratio. But no luck there. No luck there. Okay, good enough. Let's get started. Okay, tonight we've got ourselves our third break of Twin Peaks Log Lady Chronicles. This time we've got ourselves one hobby case and then one incentive box. We'll save the box for last since that's going to be a pretty quick opening. Do all the fun and opening up all these packs. So I'm hoping we get a sketch this time. We didn't get a sketch in the first two cases we opened. Alright, let's find that. There's our case topper. Alright, so now we'll drop this down here. I'm sorry, excuse me 1 second. Okay. Now I have to remember how the boxes went, because the the autographs were on one side, and then all the inserts were on the other side. And the autographs were also, let's see if I remember, it was like that. I don't remember. Let's. I feel like there's not a lot of buzz in cards in general. I don't know. I guess they're all just it's all into these crazy breakers, especially with non-sports. They have no clue what they're opening. I mean, I can't say I know everything. Like I don't know Twin Peaks. I never watched it. In Memoriam number 11. I think at this point with this, I'll just show you the first box, but everybody already knows what the inserts are. So we'll just keep a stack here. I was watching a video today. They pop up all the time on Facebook or whatever, and they were opening up Topps Mint, and they pulled this really nice sketch, and they didn't even know who one of the two characters were, and it was Magneto. Richard Horn. Hey, and Jerry Horn is here. Any relation? I'm sorry, I get people asking me questions here. All right, there's our first autograph. All right, so we're just going to stop, switch rows, assuming that it's the same as the first two cases. And I would say again, Rittenhouse did a good job. I mean, they get so many of the main, cast or big cameo people. It's just a shame that Upper Deck and Topps, especially Topps nowadays with the whole Fanatics junk, they got a stranglehold now on Marvel and DC. Let me do this one. I was actually looking. I didn't even realize that they had made a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 card set, but that's pretty inexpensive. All right, this is Chromatics. This is music. I mean, the problem with Upper Deck, in my opinion, is that they just rehash the same stuff, thinking that it's going to just carry forever. You can't put PMGs in every single product that you make, just thinking it's going to be a big pull. So they're just using the exact same sets that they were doing all the Marvel stuff with. I think I saw there was it might have been called a different name, but there was like a DC annual, like Marvel annual, that's supposed to be coming out. But I'm sure there's going to be some kind of DC retro. And it's kind of a shame because Upper Deck again, they keep. Excuse me one second, my chair. I had to adjust my chair. And they were also taking and putting, you know, PMGs again. It's not a non-sport insert set. Yeah, I didn't get a chance. I saw that it was coming out. Um, oh, there's autograph number two. I think there was like one or two packs that do not have the autograph, and then the third one. Then and now. Yeah, Cryptozoic. I mean, it just comes down to George. He was the heart and soul of the card division there, and when he died, it just wasn't the same. And they had the exclusive DC rights, and I don't know how I don't know how it works, with the licensing, like what kind of a contract they had. But I can't imagine, even with all the good sets they put out, that how much they left on the table. I mean, Cryptozoic and Rittenhouse. Here's a Red Room. I mean, in my opinion, their sets were, you know, well above and beyond most of the sets the Tops and Upper Deck put out. Alternate ending. I'm guessing that with Cryptozoic, that DC has another Stars insert, that they still have to have the rights because they make those little figures and trading card games. So I guess they have the rights for that kind of stuff, but not for in memoriam, but not for actual regular cards. Okay, let's see what we got here. James Morrison. Uh, Jan Darcy. Piper Laurie and Richard Bamer duel. Now with that the boys set, I saw one quick preview and it showed obviously there was a lot of star autographs shown in the preview. And I thought I read that they get pretty much everybody except Simon Pegg. All right, so flip this way, switch. All right. Oh, and the CZX sets. Yeah, I mean, honestly, on those CZX sets, I mean, the base cards were nice. The set was too small. The inserts were junk. They were not good. Those fake film cells are terrible. But the autograph lineup, I mean, to get, you know, they were rare, but they weren't impossible to get. I mean, you know, Affleck, Godot, Momoa, and Ezra. What's his last name? Miller. The only one they couldn't get was Cyborg. Can't think of his first name. I know his last name was Fisher. He didn't want to sign. I remember reading that. There's music. Oh, I wonder what the Jurassic Park set that they previewed will look like and what kind of a signer list they'll have there. Yeah, I definitely read that too. No Simon Pegg. I'm sorry. This one of these days I'm gonna get a new chair. It has a mind of its own. The shock just gives out every so often. Um, well, he signed. I don't remember how many sets that he signed for Rittenhouse for. Memoriam card. Because I know he was a scarce autograph in Beyond. There's the stars. Yep, on card. Oh, first autograph. It's time to flip it over and start from the other side. Yeah, I mean, in the boys, I mean, he's a secondary character. Then and now. Memoriam. Stars. Alternate ending. Alright, so we should be. Is it this one or the next one? They'll have an autograph in it. Oh, Red Room. I think it goes autograph, nothing autograph. Yep, autograph. The boys, that is definitely one insane show. And auto. Alright, let's see who we got. Donna Mendelia. That is a better one. Mary Reber. And Amanda Seyfried, or Seyfried. I still never get this one right. I do miss not opening up, I miss opening up some of the, Marvel and Star Wars cards. Just the way Fanatics has done it now with the, all the big time breakers get first dibs on everything, and then they hold it off on these weird auctions and stuff, and then by the time it filters down to somebody like me to be able to get to it, it's $1,000 a box. Well, one of these days it will. But they're running the show, getting every penny possible out of it. Kind of stinks because you know, I think I've been doing non-sport since like 2010, somewhere right around there. And I specifically, music, I wanted to do non-sport because it just wasn't as crazy as the sports breaks were, even back then. I'll turn that one for a second. In memoriam. Well, Vinny, I think if I remember correctly, you're just a little bit older than I am, and I am right there with you. I'm not 100% sure, just I feel like I might be feeling a soft sleeve in there. Not positive, so we'll save it just in case. Maybe get lucky. If it's a soft sleeve, I just... nah, it's not. The first, the first thing I collected, I remember I collected, let's see, I was pretty young. I remember 79 or 80 Topps baseball. And then non-sports, I definitely had Incredible Hulk autograph. So that would have been early 80s sometime. I don't think I ever collected the original Star Wars cards. then that kind of fell off. I didn't really collect anything until, well, actually, I still collected baseball, but nobody. I didn't even know non-sports cards really existed. Nobody carried them. No, none of the stores. Not until, geez, by then it would have been early '90s, I guess. I remember collecting like 95 metal, 95 masterpieces, uh, 94 Flair. I remember. So sometime in the early '90s, I picked back up alternate ending. Red Room. I mean, we didn't. There were no card stores until the first card store I ever remember, where I grew up, would have been '87, '88. Autograph. Most of the cards, it was either those little mini sets that you'd get at the checkout line at the drugstore or gas station or Kmart. Oh, God bless you, Vinny. I'm sorry. For some reason, I thought we were closer. No offense. And fix the chair again. Okay, let's see who we got. All right, let's go with. Let's go with this one first. We have Patrick Fischler. Whoops. Yeah, I thought you were a lot younger, Vinny. Good for you. When I saw your, when you did your cosplay with your daughter, you guys were, it was Doctor Who. Our first inscription, Robert Broski, and This is the Well. Be sure to check the checklist on Rittenhouse's website because the inscriptions, they're broken down where this one right here, if it had a period at the end instead of 3 periods, it's a different quantity. And our last one, Michael Cera. Oh, Vinny, I talked to Adrian. He was he buys so much stuff off of eBay. He didn't realize he bought from you again. Well, with a product like Twin Peaks, yeah, there you go. I agree with Cal there. I don't know if the big resellers would be breaking lots of cases. I also wonder, Right. I also wonder too, being that it's an incentive box and not an archive box, so there's less content. So even though it's an incentive box, there's less incentive to buy the 12 cases like there used to be. Music. Memoriam. Well, they started doing that in might have been like Iron Anniversary 2 for Game of Thrones, something like that, somewhere around that time frame, where they just really broke it apart by every little difference in the signatures that the people did. Okay, 1 second here. Sorry, I needed to take a drink. It is beyond not worth the gamble on that stuff. Even we were talking about the boys earlier. Isn't isn't that only 6 autographs in a case? I mean, I get it. The costs have gone up, So okay, maybe it can't be autograph. All right, so that should be autograph, autograph. Yeah, they don't realize it. They think it's like non-sport. I mean, they think it's like sports cards. I mean, the card is, nice and shiny, but I don't think the artwork is all that nice on a lot of the cards. I do want to see not Marvel Mint, but so is it the Chrome? I want to see these Wolverine inserts. They look. I got to see one in person before I say whether or not I think it's cool or not. Alternate ending. Stars. Well, that's fine if you have money to burn, but Memoriam, why burn money on something you don't even understand? I mean, if I was going to gamble, why not, gamble on something I know at least? I'll gamble then and now, gamble on baseball, football, whatever. I mean, you're going to, gamble on Marvel and, three characters. I kind of equate it to playing poker with somebody who doesn't really know the game, and they get two pair and they're ready to go all in, thinking they've got some great hand. All right, see what we got in this box. Autograph number 1, Troy Evans. John Apicella. And okay, this one's not bad. Billy Zane and Richard Bamer. Now everybody has their vices. I get you. I know what you mean. Thank you for the compliment. But Cal, and you mentioned about the community thing. I thought all of us non-sport guys are, unmarried, 40-something-year-old virgins that still live in their parents' basement. I don't think that's the community people want to be a part of. When I was in my early 20s, Cal, me and a buddy of mine, we'd go. There was two horse tracks within a half an hour of my house. I did not know the first thing about gambling on horses. I used to I'd look at all the stats and I would just pick the smallest jockey and I think the youngest horse, and I just figured that was my bet. That was my betting strategy. Hey, and if any of you guys are in the Northeast, I'm going to be going to the Philly show in October. I believe it's the last weekend in October. I set up every couple of years, try and thin out what I have, make some space. There's music. There's a few other blowout regulars that in memoriam that are usually there. Stars. I realize I'm a little too far over. First autograph, so second autograph, third autograph. All right, there is a guy, I don't know if he'll be there or not. There's a guy on Blowout who he goes through a lot of Rittenhouse cards. Um, One of you guys will probably, I might have the right name. Is it? It's like Cubby and then a couple of numbers. But he usually has a lot of Rittenhouse, and um, on eBay, Stars, K&J, non-sports. He's he's mostly Rittenhouse, so he'll have a lot of cards. Wow, that's amazing. Memoriam. Then and now. I think the most I ever won, I think I won $200 at the casinos once. Never, yeah, never enough for there to be a tax implication. Guess it's a good thing Atlantic City's such a dump. Doesn't make you want to go there that often. All right, let's see how we did in this box. Robert Bauer. Alicia Witt. Yeah, a lot of the New York and Philly athletes, you'd find them down there all the time. Josh Fadum. Um, it looks like it's the double R logo. Uh, kind of. I don't know. Taking a guess. Hold on, I have the Rittenhouse checklist up. Let me see what it says. Where is that checklist? Autographs. Was it Robert Bauer? Robert Bauer. Let's see. Star icon. I don't know if that's a star. If it is, there's one. I heart. No, definitely not that. More coffee. Where's Laura? Happy face? No, I don't think that's a happy face. Peace. It says peach sign. I'm guessing that's supposed to be peace sign. I could see a peace sign. I mean, it kind of looks like a front and rear R, but XOXO. Yeah, I'll go with peace sign. That seems to be the closest one. Well, I mean, uh, like I said, there's happy face icon, heart icon, peace sign, arrow down sign towards his name. No. I mean, I don't see one where it says double R, unless I'm missing it. So I'm not sure. I have not watched Dexter yet. I'm behind. I'm actually just about finished finally. I think I've got 6 more episodes and I'm finished Breaking Bad. And then I was going to move on to Better Call Saul. That I think that's a soft sleeve. So I'll put that there for now. Is Dexter was on Paramount? I mean, like it's on Paramount now, or is it on? What is it on? Whoops, I got this upside down. I don't. I have Netflix and I have Disney Plus. Um, and then I get Peacock. Like I think that comes. Yeah, that comes with Comcast. Yeah, I don't have Showtime. I know, like with Strange New Worlds, I don't have Paramount either. So I got to watch season one because it was on. They aired it on regular CBS after, you know, 2 or 3 seasons in. Music. I try and find all these like oddball shows. But I was watching, me and my son were watching Breaking Bad together, and then we just kind of both got busy. Memoriam. Opie from the Andy Griffith Show. Stars. Oh, first autograph. And look, pretty sure that was a duplicate. Well, I'll get shot for this one, but I never saw Sons and I never saw Sopranos. And I had HBO at the time when Sopranos was on. Once Game of Thrones stopped, I canceled it. And there's autograph number 3. Red Room. I watched a show. It was on Netflix, but I think it said originally aired um, on Showtime. It was called Warrior. I got a soft spot for karate and kung fu. I don't know if anybody had ever seen that. It was only 3 seasons. Stars. So it was pretty quick. It was a pretty quick watch. Memoriam. Then and Now. see. I can't remember if the Log Lady card came in a sleeve or not. Hopefully it's a sketch. Hoping for a sketch. Hoping for a sketch. Ah, it's the Log Lady card. I mean, it's a 1 in 2 case hit, but okay, we'll save that one. This is the one that's a duplicate. John Opicella. I agree with you, Cal. That's why I try not to have many of them. Netflix has just so much stuff. Another Robert Broski. The horse is the white of the eyes. I think we had one duplicate in every case. Uh, yeah, I agree with you. We're definitely due for some big guys. This one's much better. Ashley Judd. All right, excuse me one second. I'll take a drink. I think I saw a bug. That sounds familiar. I know I saw Double Jeopardy in the theaters. Oh, you know what? I forgot about these. I was like, this pack feels thick. This is the Brookhouse Boys patch. Should get 3 or 4 of those, I believe. You know, for the streaming services, like I said, I think it's Peacock. Um, they have Twisted Metal, which it's Anthony Mackie. It's kind of goofy, but I mean, I find it to be very entertaining. Music. Memoriam. Stars. First autograph. So then, second autograph. Then and now. Red Room. Get something good. Alternate ending. Stars. Memoriam. Okay, how do we do? Sarah Jean Long, 3 hearts. Miriam Sullivan. Yeah, all of hers are the same. There's another Robert Broski. Just this one's not an inscription. And this is a duplicate also. Oh, let me pull this, because I know some of the people have multiples with different images. Nope, this one is exactly the same. But I guess it's not terrible because it's a double of Amanda Seyfried. She has a very consistent signature. Look at that. Pretty consistent. feel like I could skip opening half of these packs, like at least on camera, as long as I get the autographs out and we know where they are. Music. Memoriam. Stars. First autograph. So that means second autograph, third autograph. Alternate ending. Stars. Memoriam. Then and now. And okay, autograph number 2. Autograph number 3. All right, let's see how we did. Start with Robert. Here's Robert Bauer. Do that 1 second. Eamon Farron. And third, we have an inscription. Let's check and see how rare this one is. Yeah, Kyle McLaughlin. Was hoping for one of these, one range guys, but I'll take it. Because I looked at some of the inscriptions when we open up this incentive box, and I think they put them separate at the bottom here. Well, I mean, the one, it's just a heart. I mean, come on now. That's the thing that was always so disappointing when they started with the inscriptions, and we'd be getting them, and it just Game of Thrones. It's like, ah, come on. Music. Definitely a devoted fan base. Memoriam. Just another. Nope. Stars. Autograph. So autograph 2. Autograph 3. Red Room. Alternate ending. Memoriam. Then and now. Okay, box 9. James Morrison. Pretty sure that is a duplicate. I think that was the very first autograph we got. Walter Olkowitz. Yeah, the sketches are tough. I was really hoping, 3 cases. We end up with 2 Log Lady cards. I was hoping for at least 1 sketch. And Gary Hirschberger and Dana Ashbrook duel. They don't usually have a lot of artists anymore. How many are in this set? There's a patch card. Okay, that's not too bad. Patch number 2, Harry Truman. That's always the case. The tough part's going to be that most of them are going to be listed, buy it now. It's not auction. Music. Memoriam. Stars. Oh, autograph. So autograph, autograph. Then and now. have no idea offhand, Vinny. Red Room. Alternate ending. Well, it was on. Was it on ABC? Stars. Memoriam. Okay, let's see. J.R. Star. I'm going to do this one first because for Twin Peaks people, this is probably the other order. Tim Roth. And Madchen Amick. This is where we live, Shelley. And checking the checklist. Let's see how that one. It's not even on the list. Am I missing it? I've got one too many men. He moved. I've never been kidded a gun as teacher. Well, unless it's out of order and it's somewhere else on the list, it's not on the list. So it has to be a one of one then, right? If it's not on the list. Now we pulled two, one in each of the last two cases, and neither of them were that. It was something about the guy in the hot guy in the car, and something about pie. Well, if somebody wants to send Steve an email over at Rittenhouse, I'm sure they can update the list. Music. Memoriam. All right, so we're gonna start working from the bottom now, as I keep getting it wrong. Memoriam. Not fitting anymore in there. Yeah, I can't imagine we'll ever top that first case. I mean, if we would have gotten a sketch, that would have been the only thing that could have really helped us out here. But like we always do, let's take some guesses on what might come out of alternate ending. The last 6 autographs. Red Room. So I might be off by 1 pack. So this, yep, autograph. So then this should be no autograph. Oh, you know what? I did flip them over though, right? No, then and now. Autograph. Well, I'm hoping in one of these last 6 we'll see a Heather Graham. Autograph. And this should be nothing. And stars. Jan D'Arcy. This is a different, same person, but a different image. I think the other one was the modern. Okay, autograph number 2. That one's kind of. Yeah. Ian Buchanan and Kimmy Robertson duel. And Sherilyn Fenn, 3X's. Let's see. So that's 3 duels. I think we had, was it 4 duels? So maybe there's one more duel in here. Maybe it'll be the Kyle Heather one. That would be nice. Music. Oh, well, that's good. 2 to 10. That's not an SP, that's an XXXP. Memoriam. We're almost there. Stars. Alright, so I always screw up the count here. Yep, autograph. So, autograph, autograph. Then and now. Red Room. Alternate ending. Stars. Memoriam. Okay, here we go. Brett Vadset. Starting off slow. We'll go with this one next. What we got here? Erica Anderson. Selena Swift. In quotations. And I think ask and ye shall receive. Can't do it. There we go. Heather Graham. Going to do a quick recap and then we'll jump into this incentive box. So we had the Log Lady plastic card, our 2 patches, and then we'll do the Piper Laurie, Richard Bamer duel, Gary Hirschberger, Dana Ashbrook duel, Ian Buchanan, Kimmy Robinson duel. We had 2 Robert Broski's inscriptions, Sarah Jean Long inscription, Kyle McLaughlin inscription, Machin Amick inscription, Sherilyn Fenn inscription, Eric Anderson inscription. Let me just check and see if I got any mixed in. Yeah. Robert Bauer inscription, kind of. I think that was the last one. Yep, okay. Now for all of the single signers and non-inscriptions. Brett Vadsit, Jan D'Arcy, that's classic version. Tim Roth, J.R. Starr, Walter Okowitz, James Morrison, Modern number 1. James Morrison, Modern number 2. Jan D'Arcy, Modern. Eamon Farron, Robert Bauer, Amanda Seyfried, 1 and 2. Robert Broski, Ashley Judd. I missed a duel. Billy Zane, Richard Bamer duel. Had that in the wrong spile. John Apicella, 2 of those. Alicia Witt, Josh Fadum, Troy Evans, Michael Cera, Patrick Fischler, Mary Reber, Don Amendalia, and Heather Graham. So, as mentioned before, I don't think anything's going to top that first case we opened. I'd say this one was on par with case number 2. Now the real winner will be this incentive box. These are not numbered, just security seals. Okay. And then they wrap their label right around. Thick sticker. Let's see how they did this. Alright, so everything is loose. I wasn't sure. Sometimes I see people are selling insert sets and they are like in bags. So I thought maybe everything was going to be in a bag. But it looks like all of the base and insert cards are right here. So I'll just leave them and we'll check and make sure what we have here. If I'm missing anything, I need to go to my list. Because Rittenhouse does not have a good breakdown on what's in this incentive box. Alright, so we have our printing plates, which we have base card number 16. They're all in one soft sleeve. I'll show you which, actually this isn't a good one. Let's see which one looks the best. Huh. Actually, probably the magenta does. The main picture, I can't tell what that was. I don't have the. I'd have to find the base cards, so it's hard to say what the main picture is. So you have base card number 16 here. Then we have L41. That's a much cleaner printing plate. That's our second. Okay, oh, they put a bunch of stuff in. They stacked all the. Alright, here's our second Log Lady card. No different than the one you're going to get out of the case. There's our case topper. Here's our 3 promos, P1, 2, and 3. The way I did this breakdown is the case topper and promos will go together as one spot in this. Alright, so then in here should be all of our autographs. We'll separate these out. So we have Josh Fadum. J.R. Star. Oh, you know what? Thank you, Jeff. Then we're going to flip this over so you don't see it. J.R. Ferguson. And Special Agent is what he has for his inscription. And I think all of them except for where he wrote Agent Dale Cooper. Yeah. And then, well, he did one called The Coop. But definitely better than the Heart. So I'm happy for that. And then everything else, should be, I'll check and make sure it should be what it's supposed to be, with complete insert sets. That's stars. That's memoriam. There's music. Then and now. And the patches. And alternate ending. Oh, that's right. There's only 6 cards in alternate ending. There's only one patch. I thought it was supposed to be the whole set of patches. Uh, well, that stinks. Oh, actually, I don't even have it on the list. So I guess that it wasn't in what I had seen as what was in the breakdown for the incentive box. Um, I might just stick this with the other 2 patch. Oh, this is the. Oh, you know what? Thank you. I forgot that the incentive cards were in here. So then, wait a minute. There should still be one more thing in here. Because you have the. Wait a minute. It says Sherilyn Fenn Kiss sketch card is the 6th case. Oh no, rewards card. I'm sorry, rewards cards. TN19. So there's an extra then and now. So they probably just put it. Yep, there it is. Just to be consistent, I want to, because that is obviously more desire, more desirable than the set. So there's the other reward card. Okay. Thank you, Hector. I forgot about those two. Okay, now we're all done. Thank you for watching. I'll start on getting the pictures done. They won't get up until tomorrow night, and then I'll sort the inserts, get the spreadsheet and everything together so we can start picking. Um, that's really it. Don't have any other breaks going on right now, but if there's anything you think is worth giving a shot, send me a message. Message me here, Facebook, over on Blowout. Always willing to try something. So thanks again, and I will see you guys on the next break.